Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ice 6 here at the Ritz in Manchester. I'm Jamie the Haymaker, hey, and here as always with Ian M16 Butlin, ready for a massive night of action, Ian.
Yeah, huge. I mean, and huge is the operative word for our main event fight. You know, we'll get to that a little bit later on, but there's some great fights on the card. Aaron Johnson versus Easton Hansen, a pro debut fight for Aaron Johnson. I think it's Easton's second pro fight. Really looking forward to this one. Easton, I've known for a long time through the jiu-jitsu circuit, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Very, very good on the ground, good from his back, which I think is where Aaron's going to put him. So it'll make for a good, decent fight. We'll see how Aaron's pro style comes through, and this is an opportunity for him to start working those elbows and show the difference between the amateur, where he was, and the pro. Yeah,
absolutely. Daryl Golding as well, another former champion of Ice as an amateur, stepping up into the pro ranks, which is great to see. Great for UK MMA for people to move up into the pro ranks, isn't it? And you've got Daryl taking on Danny Joel. You know, Danny has had quite a few fights in the mixed martial arts over the last couple of years, and he's looking at, you know, a very good fighter. Very tough challenge for Daryl's first fight.
Very well matched fight, I think that is.
Absolutely. Dean Johnson is back after 6 years from Hyde MMA. 6 years out he broke his foot a number of years ago and hasn't fought since. You know, this is one guy he's actually...
And I believe he's had to work a lot of weight off, you know, to come back. He's had that injury, he put the weight on, he's come back in the gym. Alan Williams has been working him hard. He says he's really got himself down and back into some sort of good shape.
He also has a victory over the BAMMA World Title challenger Paul Taylor.
That's right.
So it's great to see. Nathan Jones from Daywalkers MMA also making a pro debut. Again, stepping up from the amateur ranks, fought on Ice 3 times now, and taking on Mitchell Head, another very tough, well-rounded fighter. We're moving on to the welterweights, Mikey Castell. Now, we've seen Mikey fight in this arena many of times over the years. You've seen a lot of him, haven't you, Ian?
Yeah, so I mean, Mikey will fight anybody, and he always brings a good fight. He's got a tough fight here, and it's a change of opponent as well. But Mikey, you know, typical Mikey. No, yeah, I'll fight him, and he'll come in there and give it his all.
Yeah, we've got Radoslav Klapaserik, who's coming out of the David Round camp, actually. So again, you know, a tough camp there. So he'll be a good fight for Mikey. We're then looking at probably my favourite fight of the evening, welterweight bout, James Lewis versus Des Parker.
Yeah, now I want to be a big shout out here to Des Parker, because M1 Global, you know, probably the biggest organisation after the UFC, were looking for a welterweight last minute to fight one of their good guys, and they got they sort of give out the call. Des Parker was the only person who got in touch and said, yeah, do you know what, I want this opportunity, and he's gone out there. He didn't win the fight, but he's put on a good display, and he will get called back. I mean, know that's him going out there to fight on the international stage in Russia.
Absolutely, you know, and James Lewis, since he's joined the Black Ledge camp, has just been going through leaps and bounds. You know, he's gone 3-0 as a pro now. This is a great UK matched fight, isn't it? It really is, Ian. We're then going to move on. You know, Aaron Abbey. We've seen a lot of Aaron Abbey over the last couple of years. You know, he's been at the flyweight division. Doesn't cut a great deal of weight. He's actually stepped up to bantam for this, taking on Sebastian Luche. What do you think to that fight, Ian?
Yeah, well, I think it's a good fight. Aaron Abbey, I refereed his first couple of fights, and you could see a star in the making from the beginning. And I think he's so professional. He's just continued improving. For me, you know, a real standout UK MMA star.
Moving on into the light heavyweight division, Andrew the Vice Clamp taking on Grant Hockin. And a seasoned veteran, Grant Hockin, had some really tough fights against some very, very tough people here.
Against very tough heavyweights as well. You know, Grant Hockin was a big guy. He's down at light heavyweight now with his fight with Andy Clamp. This is by no means a definite win for Clamp, although, you know, Grant Hockin's got a 50-50 record, but a 50-50 record, I get so excited for this fight, a 50-50 record against decent guys.
And Andrew Clamp, he's making waves in the UK scene, as we've seen in his last fight. You know, absolutely smashed his last fight. In fact, he's walked through pretty much everyone so far. Grant Hockin does offer a different challenge, though. Big guy, about 6'5". You know, he's actually a little bit taller than Andrew, so that could be a tough one for him, and let's see how he deals with it. We're then going to move on to one of your favourites, Ali Arish.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, Ali Arish, I give him stick at the start of his career because he was a very much a typical wrestler in MMA. But you know what? He made real leaps and bounds to try and finish fights. You know, make himself exciting. And for me, he's one of my favourite MMA guys. Purely on the fact that, you know, he took a lot of criticism and stick at the start when really he was doing things right, but the fans want to see excitement, and he went away and he's changed his style. He still uses amazing wrestling, but he's changed it to more of a finishing style, and, you know, fair play to the guy. He's done really, really well.
He does have a different type of bout tonight. Normally he's used to taking people down. You know, he keeps on top of them. Doesn't do too much from the top, but enough to keep him down. Now he's taking on a seasoned BJJ black belt in Julio Alves.
It'll be interesting to see if Ali keeps the standing for a little bit and works his stand-up, because he has got good stand-up, and I know he's got good anti-grappling when he is on the floor, but Alves is very, very dangerous, so maybe he might have a different game plan for this fight.
And then moving on to the main event. Now this is one fight that I've been looking forward to since it was announced. No, it is huge. Rob the Bear Broughton back in the UK. You know, he left the UFC a few years ago after he had a few injuries. He's now having another run, and this guy is looking superb. He's been training a hell of a lot, and he's taking on Harry Devin Jr. What do you think to this, Ian?
It's just a great, great fight. It's always exciting to see Rob fight. I've cornered him in America. And I've been on the M1 team with him in America and Japan. I've had a lot of chance to train with him and to see him fight live. And he is an awesome, an awesome fighter. But one of the hardest men I've ever met, you know. And he's weighed in yesterday 152 kilos of pure bear. This is going to be tough. And the thing is, Harry Devin Jr. is a very, very good striker. Great boxing. And he's coming over here from Holland. He's not coming over here to fall over. He's going to come here to try and have a fight with Rob. And Rob likes a fight. He's not the sort where I think he'll just take him down and play the game. He'll want to get in there and have a punch-up with him.
Absolutely. I6, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be mega.